Hello YouTube and fellow collectors, it's Alex here and I got a new video for you guys today. Today I'll be reviewing the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Iron Man Mark 46 diecast version from the movie Captain America Civil War. I know there's a lot of videos on this guy already, but I thought I might as well make my own video and just really show you guys my love for this awesome figure. I know that this figure came out in Hong Kong first, about the first week of May, I believe it was. They released it, and then we here in the States got it about a month later after that. So I had it shipped to me around the 2nd, going into the 3rd week of June. But enough of that, and I'll show you guys the box art for this figure. I really love how they went with that red and white color scheme. It really pays homage to the original comics, Civil War. So in the front you could see Iron Man himself sporting that Mark 46 armor. And in the background you see his partner, War Machine. And onto the bottom, let me zoom in. You see Marvel and the Captain America Civil War title. Iron Man Mark 46, diecast, Hot Toys, and it's a movie masterpiece figure. Alright, and let me show you the sides. So on the right side of the panel you see Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. And it says Iron Man Mark 46 on the bottom. And you see that small Iron Man arc reactor logo from Civil War, so you differentiate the two teams between Captain America and Iron Man. And then to the left side of the box, you don't really see any fonts or any letters there, but titling. But you do see Black Panther, and again, that red Iron Man arc reactor logo for the two teams. And then lastly, the back of the box, you see Vision there. Let me do a close-up of that. And then you see all the cast and crew who helped design and create this awesome figure. Then love how they did that United We Stand, Divided We Fall. And then you see all those warning labels written in multiple languages so you don't hurt yourself or choke on this figure from all the small parts. Alright, enough of the box. So on to the star of the show. Here's the figure itself. And first, here's the full shot of the figure. Alright, and now I'm gonna zoom in. You could see that flawless, beautiful paint job done by Hot Toys. That deep crimson red with the gold metallic accents going throughout the entire armor. So I'm going to keep this video as short as possible because you guys already probably seen a lot of videos on this guy. And I'm not going to be doing much posing on this because it was quite difficult and challenging to get him in this pose. I now have him in the rocket shooting pose. So you could see that forearm rocket. I'll do a more close-up detail of that in a few minutes. So, yup. And then this figure comes with the Civil War themed diorama base. Now I believe this base was a recycled base from the Hot Toys Christopher Reeve's Evil Superman. As you probably know, Hot Toys seems to do that a lot. They end up reusing a lot of recycled bases and then end up using it on their other figures. And then also as a freebie, it comes with this Captain America helmet, and you could have your figure holding that helmet. Alright, now let's get closer to the figure. So, as with the die-cast version, you see this flawless paint job. You could see some of those scuff marks on his chest, throughout his abs, his legs. So you could see that he's been through battle. And as opposed to the die-cast version, they also have the power pose version. Now that is a bit nearly half the price than this. It runs you around $190, but that's more of a statue-like figure because it's fixed in one pose. It's like in his flight pose. So there's really not much articulation to that figure, but you know, it's a bit more budget friendly, I guess, to some collectors. And also, if you like that clean, pristine look, that might be the figure that you should look into, because that has more of a clean look as opposed to this die-cast version. And then you see that arc reactor. It has that blue type of tint hue to it. And then let me show you that close-up. That forearm rocket with that red and silver paint job. And a better look of his head. Now let me turn this around for you. Now you do want to be extremely careful with this figure, being that it is a die cast, so it is pretty heavy than your typical Hot Toys figures. And it has some very fragile parts, so you have to be extremely careful. Also, when you are trying to interchange some of the parts included in this figure, you want to be extra careful with those, because I was quite nervous trying to fit this forearm rocket onto him, this interchangeable part, because trying to take that original part off that it comes with, it's very tricky. So if you force it, it could easily break. So you have to be extremely careful with that. And another thing that you guys, you collectors, should pay attention for is some of the parts. I'm guessing it's because it's being shipped from overseas, and then some of the shipments get moved, like, you know, in the boxes, and then it shakes and everything. So some of the shoulder pieces right here, it's a magnet. This is an interchangeable part, and let me just focus that. Yeah. So you should really pay attention to these type of pieces, because some collectors were also complaining, and then I also came across that problem, how the magnets weren't securely glued into place. And at first I thought it wasn't included, or I might have lost it, but it was just inside the box somewhere, so I had to re-glue it and securely attach it in place. So that is something you guys should look out for when getting this figure. And also, I like what they did with this figure. It's like some of the previous die-cast versions of the Iron Man armors. The shoulder pads were a bit separated, I guess, and had a huge gap, but then they made a huge improvement on this figure. It's more accurate and closer to the shoulders, but you do want to be careful when articulating the arms, because you don't want that paint rub, and you don't want the paint to like scratch off. So again, that's a closer look. And so let me go over some of the pros and cons about this figure. They're mostly pros, because this figure is just by far a beauty, and it's probably one of the best armors, I think, in my opinion, and the best Iron Man figure that Hot Toys made, in my opinion. But yeah, well, there are some little complaints here and there that I have. I guess the only complaint is that, being that us collectors is paying, I guess, somewhat of a premium for this figure, You would think that they would have included, I guess, I don't know, more of a unique and a bit of a different diorama base instead of like, you know, the recycled diorama bases, but I guess that's a Hot Toys thing. They do that a lot. They end up using a lot of recycled bases, but it's no biggie, I guess. But another thing I guess I'm complaining, being that, what's it called? Being that we are paying a bit of a hefty price for these type of figures, you would think, I don't know, maybe Hot Toys might have a little better quality control over their figures. But I guess it's just a little complaint. Like I guess I'm now nitpicking. But well, yeah, the one big complaint that I have about is I guess I just truly wish. I mean, Hot Toys, like, their quality of their figures is just magnificent. How realistic their figures are. Whoops, sorry about that. Like how magnificent their figures are and just realistic. It really truly looks like they get like the actual versions, the real character, and then they just miniaturize it, you know, to 1/6 scale. But the only, I guess, problem that I have is I wish Hot Toys improved on their engineering, because, you know, for some of the Hot Toys figures, like for Iron Man, like this is a primary example, and other figures that have like light up functions, like for Darth Vader for instance, I wish they improved on their engineering because of like how to access the light up switches and, you know, get the light up functions to work. It's just a really pain in the butt for collectors, because like this figure alone has 28 different LED lights. So to get that all working, I think it took me an hour, I think, to install all the 24, yeah, I think this figure comes with like 24 different button batteries that you have to unscrew some of the panels on this figure to get the batteries placed in. So some of you collectors, you know, I guess you're fine with just displaying it as it is, because this figure as it is by itself, it's beautiful. So yeah, I guess some of you guys, if you're lazy or don't really care much for the light up features, like, yeah, don't go, I guess it's okay to skip out on the batteries because they're really pain in the butt. And also, over time, if you keep the batteries installed in the figure, it will melt, and that's bad for the figure. So yeah, I advise you guys, if you're not going to use the light up function that much, just stay away from replacing all the batteries, because it's a really pain in the butt. But yeah, that's the only complaint that I have. Now I'll just shortly be going over the different light up functions this figure has. Now, I am not showing the entire light up functions this figure has, because it has, like again, like I mentioned before, it has 28 different LED lights throughout the entire figure. But some of them, it's just really difficult to get to turn on the switches. So right now I only have the two main light up functions turned on right now. So you see his light up eyes, and then the arc reactor, and then the lower pelvic part of the armor light up, and then the chest lights. So just to show you quickly how to get to them, like for the head, this top head part comes off, and you see that switch right there, and then you put the cap back on. And then for this middle piece right here, the light, let me just turn this for you. So you would have to take this panel off, and then there's the switch right there in the back. So yep, and then you could turn that off, and then you turn that off. So let me quickly show you the lights in the dark, what it looks like. So that's the figure with all with some of the two main light up functions turned on, and this is the figure in the dark right now. You could see how just awesome this figure looks when the lights are on. I mean, I guess that's a bit of a gamble that you have to pay and work with if you do, you know, want the light ups to work. But yeah, so this is the figure currently, and well, not the room isn't completely dark, it's semi-dark, but just how bright the LED lights on this figure, it amazes me. But just a little other thing that you might want figure collectors might want to look out for when getting this is some of the collectors were complaining how some of the LED lights on their figure, it's already dimming or it's not working right out of the box. I was fortunate and one of the few lucky people who had everything to be working right out of the box, so I was pretty happy about that. So yeah, that's the light up function, and then that's the IRONMAN base again, and it comes with also this piece just to put it right in the middle or wherever you want it on the base. I just put it in the middle like that. So yeah, now I'll just be quickly going over all the accessories it comes with this figure. So before I go over all the accessories this figure comes with, this figure obviously comes with a user manual, user guide, like all figures do. So you collectors out there, I do recommend you guys going through this because it tells you how to install all the 24 different batteries for the different light up functions. And then it also tells you what this figure is capable of doing and not able to do. So you definitely want to check that out because you don't want to end up breaking your figure, and because you paid so much for this figure. So yep, you guys definitely want to check this user manual before doing anything else with your figure when you get this. So yep, that's very handy. So right now I'm gonna go over all the accessories this figure comes with. So yep, it comes with all these accessories. Right in the middle will be where your figure is. Now what's interesting is I'm very happy that Hot Toys decided to include this piece. It's a battle damaged chest piece. Now you see in their promo pictures we did not see this. So it's pretty awesome that Hot Toys decided to include this for us collectors. And let me just let me get that to focus. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm still kind of, getting used to my camera. Let me just set that down. Yep. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys could see that very well, but because the reflection, but you see that plastic part in the middle where the arc reactor would be. You also see those are two separate pieces. It's pretty neat how they separated those two and making it actually look like there's a crack. So if you also have a Captain America figure from Civil War, a good companion would be his shield going right through the middle to recreate that famous battle scene. So that's the chest piece. And this figure also comes with 4 different set pairs of hands. So you get the 2 repulsor blast hands. Let me get that out if I can. So yep, you get the standard repulsor blast hand. And then you also get an articulated hand with all Iron Man diecast figures, but you want to be extremely careful with these specific set pairs because the joints on the fingers are very fragile. So when posing his fingers, you want to be extremely careful with that. And then the figure already comes with fisted hands, but I just decided to swap out his left hand for the articulated one. And then also another pair of hands is this repulsor hand with the blast effect. So that's pretty neat if you guys want that action type of poses, if you want to go for that action look. So that's what's inside that box, and then behind the box is the rest of the accessories. So it comes with that 24 different button batteries that you have to painstakingly install if you want the light up functions to work. And then again, this is the forearm rocket accessory. So let me just, hold on, get that to focus. So yep, that beautiful paint job, the silver and the red. So yep. And then this is the interchangeable shoulder piece, his deployed rockets. And then once again, I told you guys to watch out for this magnet because some of them falls out or it's not even included, so you should keep an eye out for that. And then it comes with this blast effect again, the thruster effect I should say. So this goes on the bottom of the Iron Man's feet, so you could get that flying look. And then lastly, I want to go over, just a moment, this wonderful head sculpt by Hot Toys. I'm not sure. The detail and likeness of this RDJ Iron Man head sculpt is just amazing. I'm trying to get that as close as possible without yeah, like I'm not sure if you guys could see that, but the black eye bruise on his right eye, that's accurate to the movie. Probably the best RDJ head sculpt from Iron Man I ever seen up to date, and Hot Toys just keeps improving. I don't know how they could get even better, but every time they come out with like a new figure, the head sculpt is just amazing. So, and well, when changing his head sculpt, it is pretty tricky. It's very hard to get his neck joint off to replace it. And then to replace it, you would have put this neck collar piece, because the Mark 46, what Marvel decided to do, is the very first armor that has a fully retractable helmet as opposed to his different armors. So it comes with this collar piece, and then you just put it right like that, and then that's how you would interchange his head with the helmeted version. So that's that. And now let me just put away the accessories. Oh yeah, and one last thing. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the diorama base comes with 2 poles. It comes with the steel rod pole, which is a safe and your best bet when displaying your Iron Man figure, because it's a die-cast figure and it's so heavy. So I was kind of nervous trying to use this the dynamic pose pole it comes with, because so if you guys want him in a flying pose, I only recommend you guys to quickly get him in that pose to get quick photo shoots, and then I recommend you guys using that steel rod pole it comes with, because I'm kind of skeptical about using the the dynamic pose pole, because I don't think it would last, and I don't want my figure to topple over and getting damaged. So right before I end the video, I just also want to show you guys a quick comparison of my two figures. Right next to my diecast Mark 46 is my diecast Mark 42 from Iron Man 3. So don't get me wrong, this Mark 42 figure is also a great figure, but just comparing this figure to my new Mark 46 and seeing what Hot Toys is making nowadays, it's just far better and a more superior figure over my Mark 42. So again, that's just the two comparisons of the two, and then down there you see that battle damaged, bloodied up RDJ head sculpt that it comes with the Mark 42. Now, if we could hit for 30 likes on this video, I'll make sure and I'll be glad to make a review video of this guy here, the Mark 42 from Iron Man 3. And also, I do want to mention that Hot Toys recently released a new Iron Man armor from Spider-Man Homecoming, the Mark 47. It is the successor of the Mark 46. It's basically, in my opinion, I think the same exact armor, just a repaint, I believe. Like in the movie, it was the same exact armor except the leg and torso area. It was silver rather than the traditional red and gold. And then with that figure, it comes with the clean, it's basically the same exact head sculpt except it's a clean look. RDJ does not have that bruise like he did in Civil War. And then it also comes with a few more accessories like you saw in the movie Spider-Man Homecoming. And then the price is basically the same. It'll run you, I think, $345 to $350. I think the figure was. It's basically the same exact price as this one here. And what's ironic is this figure hasn't sold out yet, the Mark 46, because I thought it would be pretty popular, being that it's such a beautiful figure. So if you guys are looking to add an awesome Iron Man figure to your collection, I highly recommend you guys to look into this figure. Or if you also guys were also a big fan of Spider-Man Homecoming and you guys want to stay up to date with the most recent new armors, then I also suggest you guys to look into the Mark 47 diecast version. But that figure does not release until Q1 of next year, 2018, I believe. But they do have the Mark 47 power pose from Spider-Man Homecoming available, and I think it is shipping now. And that is for collectors that is looking for a more budget-friendly option. But again, the Power Pose series is more of a statue-like figure. It's only fixed in one pose, and that's in his flying/hovering pose. And also, the paint job is more of a clean, pristine look. But I don't know, I'm kind of a bit of a skeptical about that paint job because it also, at certain angles, it has that, well, it is made of plastic, but then I'm saying the paint job applied to the, what's it called, the Power Pose series, it does, like, kind of give off that obvious plastic type of look, as opposed to this awesome diecast version. It actually does look metallic. So yeah, you guys might want to look into that. So I'm about to end the video here because my batteries are about to run out. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and comment below. And I'll make sure to make more entertaining video for you guys. Well, till next time, hope you guys have a good day and peace out.